is Naiyango, and I'm back with a new video for you. And I have a wonderful guest today. Her name is Kaleo Sansaa.
Hi.
She is an artist extraordinaire, a poet, a singer, a producer. Damn, girl.
Yeah.
All the women
Independent. Throw your hands up on me.
Well, we're here today because we want to join forces. And we thought it would be really cool to talk about Kaleo's upcoming song music video. It's called Sober, and it's coming out on Monday, the 16th of April, the full moon.
New moon, actually.
Full moon, new moon?
New moon.
Is there a difference?
Yeah. Because new moon, the moon is not visible at all. And then the full moon is like, it's in your face.
Oh, okay. And this new moon release is off of her upcoming EP. It's called Purple Moon. And we already heard Oceans. Love. Yeah. So tell us a bit about Sober.
So yeah, Sober is a poem. It's not a song like Oceans. We already talked about that a little bit. So it's a poem where it's like, you know, when you're at, like, when you hit rock bottom and you're like trying to reset, and so it's like a prayer basically. I wrote it like a prayer. It's like me asking for help from some spiritual force and just being like, please help me learn, please help me gain self-confidence, please help me basically unlearn the toxic lies that have been taught about me and my truth and my, you know, my inner wisdom and everything. And it's basically just a surrendering, like being like, I'm done. I'm like, I've hit rock bottom. Help.
You know what is actually amazing? It sounds really good. But like what you just talked about is actually very, 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 you said some crucial things. I was going to say very, very important, but let me put in like the words.
In the spirit of being a poet.
And I know about like, especially this part of like lies that you've been told. Yeah. Lies that you told yourself.
And you've internalized also. Because I think those lies are usually, they were once externalized, which were like, people are telling lies about me, but like, then you internalize them and they become your own truth. And you don't know where they came from. It's almost like a part of you. So
you have to watch out who you hang out with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really true. But like what I wanted to say is actually I was doing this. I was surfing on the internet, you know, and I read this article about overcoming self-sabotage. And one of the things, oh my god, it made me cry, was I had to like kind of establish what lie I had told myself all my life. And oh my god, it was a painful truth.
Which one was it? I'm so curious right now. You need to tell us.
I'm so vulnerable. I'm so scared.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
They're here. It's a safe space.
Okay.
The internet is a safe place.
The internet is a safe. It can be a safe place. Okay. No, but the lie was actually. I told myself at some point. I think I was a very little girl. I told myself I'm not special.
Wow.
And I didn't even know this until like fast forward like 20 years or 25 years. So I'm like, yeah, and it was really deep. Yeah, it was really, 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 really painful.
Like, I'm just curious as in how do you get to the point where you dissolve or you really go back to the point where you can identify the lie? Because how do you go from not knowing what's up to being able to say, okay, my lie is, I believe I'm not special?
I think it's a process because, like, for a long time, I was pointing on the outside. I was like, they can't see my worth.
Yeah.
They can't, you know, they don't know I'm special or they don't know I'm this. And it's, I don't even know how I got to that point. But I think there was a willingness and a readiness for me to get there and to want to find out, like, okay, is this really really, really true.
About
Anyway,
that.
so basically, it was very, 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 very humbling to know that actually the lie was not caused by people from the outside. The lie was actually perpetuated by me. And because of the lie that I believed, the people around me could not, and they could not see my worth and stuff like that. So what lie was it that you...
A lot of lies. I think, wow, there's so many. Seriously, like, also that's what, I think that's why sober is so crucial to me also, because it's like surrendering to say, I don't know so many answers. There's so much work. I'm such a mess, basically. I don't know what self-love is because I asked for that. I don't know what confidence is because I asked for that. I don't know which lies I've even spread about myself. I'm just asking for them to go away, and the lies I've internalized. Because it's also like a point where I'm like, I don't even know which lies are there. Maybe I still believe like I'm living the truth and it's a lie, you know? So if I could name one, it would also be something similar to yours, which is like being second best. You know, like I've had like this for years where I have relationships. I think it's a two-way street too, at least, because like on the one hand, I do have, I think, this deep-seated belief that I've never experienced being number one for someone or for some people. And then I keep like reliving that pain, that hurt in different forms, in friendships, in love relationships, in family issues, in work stuff, you know, that you get anyway, stuff like that. So I think it's that. And then also there's this, I ask myself, how does it look like to be number one? Because I feel like sometimes when we have these lies, we always find ways to interpret everything that's going on in a way that fits our you know, our lie, our truth, our way of thinking, you know. So everything that kind of contradicts that truth, we either blind out, we don't see it, we choose to not see it, or we like kind of make it true. You know, even if like, for example, now I have all your attention, you're putting me like, I'm here, right? So like my brain could be like, okay, I could see it like that, like, wow, this is great, Naiyango is putting me in her video, I'm number one right now for you, you know, I have you for attention, you know, you gave me tea, everything is right? So my other mind could be like, oh, well, but she didn't have the whole day for me, so she'll be gone. This just proves that nobody cares. Nobody cares. She offered me tea with no milk. She doesn't even care that much.
She's having fruit tea.
I'm having fruit tea to my defense. But still, can the sister have some soy milk? She doesn't even care that I'm vegan. She didn't bring the soy milk. Just some apple tea. Like, geez, I know I'm vegan, but do I have to eat apple as a tea? Like, you know, I could be like that too. So I think it's tricky.
True.
Sometimes it's like a true hurt where you really feel and see that people are not putting you first. But then sometimes it's also something you're so used to seeing that truth that that's the only feeling you can emulate, you can reproduce, and you seek for it.
But maybe it's also because like the lie leads you to destructive behavior. Because I think if you are in the truth and you know, okay, cool, she's invited me here and we're sitting here together, we're having this conversation. So there is value that I'm bringing with me to this conversation situation.
Solverization, by the way.
YouTube
you missed
channel,
the festival.
It's all, you know, but like, so if you're there and you're like in a place where it's like you're putting hurt on yourself, because like the same thing for me, like I was in this place of pain and I was like, oh, well, you know, no one really cares about me. But then I think if you've established the lie, then you can turn that weakness into a strength.
Could you just carve that like a little bit?
Well, I think for me, like the lie that I was telling myself was like, I'm not special. So I have to find ways, or not even have to find ways. I just naturally follow my intuition to guide me into to actions that make me feel
worthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, you know, you don't go around choosing someone who's gonna be not seeing who wouldn't see my value.
Yeah.
You know, right, like next person I choose is someone who definitely is on the same level as me and who can see me for me, and not like someone I'm like, oh,
she's gone.
You know?
I see. I think I would like to add that sometimes it's hard because, like, when you're in that behavioral pattern, because I think what you're doing now is already, like, you're 5 levels ahead. Because you're already in a place where you identified the lie, you try to change the lie, and you're acting against the lie. So I feel that sometimes the tricky part about these lies is that they feel most natural. They feel most, at the beginning stage, you know, like, it just feels uncomfortable if somebody gives you attention. You feel something is wrong. You start asking, like, for example, like with mine, you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel natural to be, if I were at a certain stage, when you're just beginning, you're like, wait, what's wrong here? How come I'm the only one in the... Why did you pick me?
Because you're amazing.
Yes, and that's like, that just sounds crazy to me then. I'm amazed. Like, okay, let's change the topic, you know? So like to be in a position where you're like, okay, that's already like, you're further in the healing process already, where it comes natural to you and you're seeking it out. So I think that's also like, can be a bit confusing. But to add to that fact, I agree, because like I think we also have all the natural healing powers within ourselves. We know exactly where we need to go, but sometimes that voice has been kind of manipulated and changed. And so I would also agree, while disagreeing on not disagreeing, but just it's just a perspective thing. I think.
Yeah, I think it's like you have to shift your opinion of yourself.
Yeah.
And find gentle ways to do that. I mean, it's like if you're someone who's never been like used to getting attention, maybe the first place to go and like get attention will not be like with 10,000 other people and stand there and be like, ah!
Yeah.
But maybe you like work your way towards that. Okay,
so
first you sit with one person. And then, you know, you move on to another crowd. You have like 5 people, 10 people. And eventually it all grows and you just grow into it. And it feels natural to you.
So baby steps, right?
Yeah.
I like
just
that.
keep it on.
The next most natural step to you. Where you're like, okay, this is like a little bit of a step. But it's not like too much that it scares me and feels unnatural and kind of maybe re-traumatizes me. Because you can't deal with all the love you're getting, that it confuses you so much that you never try again, maybe, because it feels so weird.
Yeah.
That you try, like, you know what I mean? Like the way you said, like, you just try to get it bit by bit in a way that feels most natural to you. And then when you're done with that, you can claim more and more and more and more. And then eventually the whole package will feel just really natural to you.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah. Really do.
Yeah. And believe in yourself, but believe like in your true self.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I would love to continue this conversation. Maybe we should think about doing something longer.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
We'll talk. We'll talk. You guys, remember, you're free to comment and just be like, yo, shout out to you guys. And look out for Sober, April 16th.
Yeah.
And Kaleo Sansaa's page.
Yeah.
You want to say where they can find you on social media?
So you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. And by now, I'm actually releasing my website. www.kaleosansaa.com. Bam!
I'm going to put it in the link below.
Yeah. I think the website will be out on Monday too. Exclusive.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So this was a great conversation.
It was.
If you enjoyed this and you would like us to make more videos together, shout out. And if you're really, really like excited and you guys comment, because I had a lot of fun. Actually, I would love to make more videos because like this is over so fast.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Ciao, ciao. Oh, we really talked.
That was fun.
This was amazing.